subscribe with WorldWideChels.
I would WorldWideChels. WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, people, everyone can hear me, right?
Yep.
All good, all good.
Just make sure. Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea live stream. I have to come downstairs from the work office, of course, using my data. So if I go all funny, I got my co-host right here in the corner. He is back. Welcome back, Mr. Matt, of course. We're going to be speaking a lot on what's happening over the last 2 or 3 hours. It's been absolute crazy scenes. I'm not going to lie to you. I have to apologize from my side. I've been reactionary so much. And we're going to be getting into Raphinha to Chelsea or Barcelona. Guys, everyone that's tuned in, man, like the video. Let's get over 150 likes ASAP. If you hate Barcelona, like the video, people. Send your super chat. We're going to enter the Chelsea giveaway shirt, people. 22-23 season. Make sure you guys send the super chat in. Subscribe. We're hitting 100 subscribers a day as well, people. And we've got some big things coming up. But without me talking so much about myself, Mr. Main Man, Matt, co-host, welcome back. It's what a day to come back, actually, properly as well, with this news happening. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. It's been a long time. Finally back from holiday, recharged the batteries. But yeah, great time to come back with all this nonsense going on by a lot of Barcelona journalists. But it's good to be back. Good to be back. How are you?
I'm good. Obviously, I've got a deadline tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. The show must still go on. I see my connection bar coming up. Hopefully, it's fine. Alfred, how are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks. Matt, it's good to see you back, mate. Haven't seen you since we beat Manchester City in the Champions League final. Good to have you back. No, but I hope you had a great holiday, and yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, look, I don't know how to feel at the moment. We kind of started the party without the main guest 24 hours ago, started the party a bit too early, and now we're going to have to see what happens. It's a very interesting time for sure. But look, the most confusing thing for me is, can Barcelona afford players or not? What the hell is going on? Because 1 minute they can't afford players, next they're buying our entire defense, they're buying Lewandowski, and now they're hijacking our Raphinha deal. Like, piss off, man.
I'm going to explain it. So I do have some information on this one as well. So basically, 1st of July, Barcelona will get 250 million, part of the deal that they've agreed of the 650 or whatever it was. So they'll get 250 million. That's why Deco has gone in lastsecond.com to try and see what can happen in the last few hours, because we saw him pictured outside Barcelona, and that's where we are currently. Now, from Todd Bowley's side, in terms of Matt Law and stuff, they've said that everything seems fine. There shouldn't be issues. I think I'm lagging a bit. So welcome, Andrew. I'll come back to it. Andrew.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Oh, he's lagging. Andrew, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
lagging.
Nice to see everyone. Yeah, he's lagging.
He's got dead signal. I mean, I'm starting to lag because he's on, but there you go. Anyway, going into kind of the news, obviously Sadiq is not here to explain his little inside source. But Alfred, what do you make of the whole situation?
In terms of that, we're actually signing the player, or what's going on currently?
That 1 minute we're signing him, next minute we're not, and then we are, then we're not, then we are, then we're not. Do you think this Barca thing is legit, or do you think it's just all smokes and mirrors?
Well, I just like to know exactly how this whole transfer thing works, because why do we agree? Why do we go through all the trouble of agreeing a fee with a club before we know exactly what the player feels? That's what I think should be done first. If the player wants to join you, then you negotiate a fee with the club. Now look what happens if you do it the other way around. You think you're going to sign a player, and then he goes and starts talking to other clubs. It's ridiculous. But look, from what we know, yeah, they and because they haven't, they still haven't signed Christensen. Like you were saying earlier, they haven't even been able to get that deal over the line. So that's kind of reassuring in a way, that they can't afford him. So I'm a bit relaxed about it. But
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, Barcelona can't afford a bag of crisps at the moment, let alone any sort of player. And
yeah,
this like 250 million that Sadiq's talking about, it's like, yeah, that's fine, but does that still come under the whole rule that they've got to buy? Just to buy for £1, they've got to sell £4. So in that case, that 250 million, effectively, is that just 60 million? Because if you divide that by four, it's about roughly what they're getting. Um, so it's very confusing. I think when they've still got 4 or 5 players on free contracts that they haven't even sorted out yet. They've got Lewandowski, they've got Alonso Aspi that's supposed to be agreed and ready to go. I just don't see how they can get a deal done soon, like it has to be, because Raphinha's not going to wait around. As much as he might want to go to Barcelona, he's not going to wait around for a deal that may never happen. It's going to be, I think all it is Raphinha probably prefers to go Barcelona if he had the choice, if everything was all good and all handy dandy. But
mm,
and I think they have probably agreed some sort of personal terms months ago, as I think Matt Law come out and said, or someone come out and said. But Deco is probably going to Barcelona to look at and go, is there something they can offer around Chelsea's fee? Can they offer something? If not, then we'll sign for Chelsea, which, as Matt Law kindly said, that Deco will be coming to Chelsea tomorrow to make talks. So I reckon it could be a thing of Barcelona say, well, we can't match Chelsea's fee, which I don't think they can. They can't match the wages because they can't.
Neymar.
They can't even sign. They can't even sign Dembele up for a contract, let alone try and sign a new winger.
yeah. Well,
Neymar,
if
bro.
he's
Neymar.
Oh, don't start talking about Neymar.
well, if he's actually coming to Chelsea tomorrow, there's I mean, that alone probably says in the first place that we shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, I think players talk to loads of clubs. They don't just look and go, "We'll have one option and one option only." But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you not hear me? Sorry.
You're all good.
I'm gonna go back upstairs shortly. Hopefully everyone's gone from the office when I had to come downstairs, unfortunately. But we'll talk about this one very quickly. Matt Law, 26 minutes ago, Chelsea are still aiming at the threat of Barcelona attempting to hijack the deal if they can rush through a cash injection. It also says, where's my screen gone, man? I've got like 10 tabs open. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, if you close
Chelsea
a couple, then you might be able to help yourself.
Nah, you know what it is? It's like because I'm using one screen, so no, I'm used to 3 screens usually. Chelsea have broadly agreed personal terms. No problems are expected on that front, and Chelsea new owners remain hopeful that they've done enough to clinch their transfer, despite Raphinha's agent holding 11th hour talks. Wow. Deco, the former midfielder who represents Raphinha, was spotted at Barcelona's offices on Wednesday, where it's believed he was making a final check to see whether the Spaniards could match Chelsea's offer somehow. So it seems all cool to me, in my opinion. I don't think there's any
It's
worries.
it's it's just football business. I'm not being funny. 20 years ago, we wouldn't know about any of this. This happens in every transfer. But the thing is, we're so highly sensitized to transfers because every little bit of detail of every deal is out in the public now. Back in the days of early Mourinho, early 2000s, late 90s, we didn't get any of this information. The only time you knew about a deal was when he was holding up the shirt. But now we see every little intricate part of the deal and we panic because everyone is so reactionary. But one minute it's Todd Bowley is the best man on earth. He's the best, as someone said, the best owner since Roman Abramovich, which made me laugh because he's the only owner since Roman Abramovich. But and then you get people saying Todd Bowley's Stan Kroenke Part 2, he's Glazerite, and I'm just like, guys, just calm down. If you there's enough things to worry about in life. Don't get stressed over Chelsea transfers. Just chill. take a chill pill, let it go, and Chelsea will get stuff sorted out.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah, I think I'm
you know
lagging.
I can't stand people that say that shit. It's so friggin' annoying. The guy's got half his fucking big toe in the front door of the club, and people already bloody want him out. You know, it's so stupid. Some of the things people say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just silly. I think it's just people being reactionary, trying to get tweets in, because that's what it's all about nowadays. I'm sure other people are the same. Every other club, but we just look at our club and go, because Chelsea are not exactly the most organised club in the world, but it is what it is. Andrew,
Yeah.
what do you think of the whole situation? Do you think it is Barcelona just throwing in 11th hour deal offers, or do you think Raphinha's got a good chance of going to Barcelona?
Last 2 hours was a great example of people reacting way too early to something. Listen, why are Chelsea fans getting upset? It's always been known that Barcelona were his preferred destination. Said it like it was even an article last week. Barcelona is preferred destination. If you can't go to Barcelona, Chelsea was second. So Deco is just doing his job. He's gone to his client's first destination to see what they can do, and when they can do it, maybe what they can do it by. They've not I don't believe they've given him any like cement clarifications that they can do this by this time. I think they're just asking him to wait. And remember, guys, pre-season starts a lot for the clubs next week. Do you know what I mean? I think Raphinha, although he might prefer to go to Barcelona, I think he wants to go somewhere where he can get settled quickly because pre-season's on run.
And he knows that.
He know Deco's got Barcelona can't match 55 million plus add-ons at the moment. Even with his cash injection going in, I believe they've still got to pay a lot of people. They're bidding for Lewandowski. They've got to secure a new deal for Gavi. They've got to sign Kessie and Christensen and put that money in as well, with their signing on fees. And then they want to discuss with us signing Azpilicueta and Alonso. So, listen, tomorrow's meeting, I wouldn't be surprised if it's wrapped up by tomorrow. I'm not. Even if he didn't go to us, we are less than 24 hours into this that we agreed a deal that no one thought was going to happen. So why are people getting upset? It's as if we've been chasing him for the last 4 weeks. It's not like a Man United Frankie de Jong thing where they're chasing past 6 weeks and then suddenly someone comes in and swoops him for the last minute. No, most Chelsea fans didn't believe this should happen, and most Chelsea fans thought we were being used to rise to make Arsenal bid more. So, if it happens, it happens. But if a meeting's tomorrow with Deco, you might find within the next 24, 48 hours it's announced that he signed.
Yeah, because I don't think Leeds are being particularly funny about the deal. They probably do want the money for some reason. I think they need to let him go. They're not going to stand
I
this
laughed
way.
at that. Did you see it? Someone tweeted out that Deco was going to go to Leeds and discuss with them about asking them to send their player to Barcelona. Like Leeds are going to accept a lower fee than what we've put in for him now. Like they're going to accept anything less than 55 million.
Yeah, I mean, if Leeds were higher up in the table and directly fighting with us for a Premier League, I can understand that a little bit because, like with Tottenham, you don't want to sell to your direct rivals unless it's a crazy fee. Yeah. But Leeds need money. They need to sell. They need to sell these players so they can bring more players in to replace what they're losing. They're not going to take lower fees because Barcelona are in a different league.
Plus, I think it was reported last night that we are willing to pay all, if not a huge chunk, of the 55 million right away. Whereas if Barcelona somehow agreed to do it, there's no way they're paying that.
Probably take about 10 years to pay it off.
Yeah. So, and also, it's always second choice. We were Fabregas's second choice in 2014. We wanted to go back to Arsenal. It happens. All that matters is that when we sign a player, do they do their job on the pitch?
Yeah. I mean, it's like people kept saying, "Oh, we shouldn't go after any players that prefer other clubs." Well, in that case, why did we sign Willian then? Willian wanted to go Tottenham until the very last minute till we
He
turned his
wants to go
head.
Liverpool, then Tottenham,
You can,
and then us.
in that logic, all you're going to sign is common players and average players that no one wants. The big players are going to have other people looking at getting them, and sometimes they want other clubs in a higher list, but that doesn't mean they don't want you. It's just they might prefer another club, but sometimes that deal isn't there.
But now we've had tier one journalists confirm.
No, now it's getting to the business end of the deal, I think. You know, it was more inquiries, trying to get an agreement with the player. Now it's between the two clubs. So I think we're in the last, let's say, innings of this. So,
Hey, Sadiq, are you putting on the stream where you laughed at other Chelsea fans who didn't think we were going to sign Haaland? You're going to put that one?
Hey,
Andrew.
Andrew, hey, listen. The whole point of the video was we're in the final innings. We're in the final innings right now for Raphinha. All right, that's the main bit I'm saying.
In Haaland, we weren't even we didn't even do a coin toss for Haaland. We didn't pick our squad to face. You know what I mean?
Andrew, you should be giving me a public apology, mate.
For what? For
yesterday.
I say I apologize. You invited me on, I didn't make it. I apologize.
Thank you, man. That's real.
No, you invited me on. Real. I said I was gonna be on stream and I didn't make it. I apologize for it.
I needed you, man, because Matt let me down.
I don't believe that Matt would let you down about no good reason.
He couldn't make it yesterday.
I mean, I'd work. That's a good reason.
Come on,
it's a good reason. It's a good reason.
Well, I mean, once you start paying Matt, he'll make
once you start paying me soon.
There you have it, folks. Mr. Wayne.
That's the final win ends the deal.
Yeah. Here we go.
Wayne Modes.
Hey, right, bro.
You're happy no Raphinha, right?
I'm not sold with him as a player, but I'm not sitting to say he's a bad player. But I would prefer other options. But it's if he comes in, he comes in. But I just don't. I worry. Like if it's true what I'm reading about him being a right wing back, I'm looking at it really. Why we're buying him as a right wing back? He's a forward, not a winger. Wing back, defending player. I worry about that. And then, to be honest, I know we all think it's need a final deal, but I've got this feeling in me I've got this feeling in me Arsenal or Barcelona still got an opportunity to hijack the deal. I've just got that feeling in myself, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. But
yeah. So I'm lagging so much. Matt, I need you to take over. Sorry, I'm lagging too much.
Yeah. You are lagging quite a bit. But anyway, I mean, Wayne, I disagree. I mean, as I said before, Barcelona can't afford a bag of crisps at the moment. I just don't see them coming in and legitimately doing a deal. Whether Arsenal can or not, I don't know. But then I think surely if it is a choice between Chelsea and Arsenal, I don't see Raphinha picking Arsenal.
But why would he not pick Arsenal if Arsenal will guarantee more football time and give him more identify that as he's going to be the main player they're going to work around? Because at the moment, if he comes to Chelsea, will he be that main player?
Would he be that main player at Arsenal?
Yeah, he would be.
He wants Champions League and he'll play right wing back with Reece James going right centre back sometimes.
I don't believe this whole right wing back nonsense. I don't think.
Neither do I.
You're not going to pay 65 million for someone who's going to put him in a different position to what he's used to. Yeah, and when you've got to think of Arsenal, Arsenal have already got Jesus, they've got Odegaard, they've got Saka, they've got Emil Smith Rowe, they've got
Martinelli.
Pepe. There's Martinelli. They've got a lot of forward players at the moment. Suddenly, all of a sudden, maybe they're a bit like they've got Enquiries as well up front. They've got a lot of players. It doesn't. Raphinha might not definitely get. That doesn't look like a place where he's going to definitely get a starting lineup.
It's the hard, cold facts.
Yeah.
He goes into our team quicker than he goes into. He's more of a chance of going into our front three. Then he's got less competition than he has at Arsenal.
I mean, you got Lukaku's basically gone.
Lukaku's gone, and the others
He
are
is
shit.
gone.
Ziyech looks like he could go. Pulisic looks like he could go. Werner looks like he could go. So surely Raphinha looks at that and goes, "Well, I'm more likely to get in there, and I'm performing better than everyone else in that team." So surely, again, with playing Champions League football as well, that would be a big thing for him.
And probably higher wages as well.
Exactly.
I'm not disputing anything you're saying. You're just spot on for what you're saying. How I'm looking at it is how he will see it as an opportunity, because obviously Chelsea's a bigger club and will get more money in that, but it just sees how he sees his future, if it's future, because we all know if he had an opportunity, if the three offers were all on the table, Barcelona, Chelsea and Arsenal, it will go Barcelona. That's his ideal place he wants love to go to.
Yeah.
Then it's out of us and Arsenal, and I'm not sure. Are we above Arsenal, or are we?
Yeah, it's
Just-
said, it's
If we're not above Arsenal, then we're that's probably
No, I think what I'm saying that I mean about Raphinha's how he sees us.
Yeah. We're above Arsenal there.
It's reported Barcelona is preferred choice. If he goes to the Premier League club, it's Chelsea. If they're coming above anyone else.
But like I said to Alfred, if Raphinha joins Arsenal, I think Saka will probably join City next summer, because he could get unhappy with the amount of playing time with all the rotating, and City need to Mars is 31, so they will probably turn to Saka because he's a young lad. Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
I'm all good. Carlito, how are you?
I'm a little bemused by the schizophrenic nature of this fan base. It's interesting.
Don't be bemused. It happens every day.
So it's interesting. There's this movie. Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino did it. I don't know, it was about 10 years ago. It was kind of a flop. It's called Two for the Money. It's a gambling movie, and Al Pacino's sitting in this gambling anonymous meeting, right? And he says, the reason that you guys are true gambling addicts is that it's not the winning that you're obsessed with. It's that you guys are all lemons as people, and you're therefore actually obsessed with the losing. Yep. Nothing makes you feel more alive than when they're taking your money away. Yep. And I feel like with this fan base, there is a certain group of this fan base that loves it when we fail, and loves it when we lose out on a window, out on a player, out on a cup, whatever. And I don't know. Maybe that's self-deprecation, self-flagellation. I don't know. But at the end of the day, some people are just fucking weird, and they love the chaos. Me, I'm too old for it, man. I don't care. I don't care about the chaos anymore.
There's no point. There's too much stuff in life to stress about than Chelsea transfers.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Big up to Lightbulb Sun with the super chat. I don't know what currency that is, but big up to you. He asked, do you think Raphinha will be as creative or have the flair as Dembele? Will he be able to fill the void which Eden left us with? Carlito, I'll let you answer that first.
Oh, he's not better than Dembele. It's not. But Dembele's a much better player. But getting someone to fill the void of Hazard, it's never going to happen. Hazard's one of the 10 best players in the history of the Premier League. Like, you guys need to get off this idea that you can have a like-for-like replacement with, I don't know, the most talented player we've ever had. No, it's never going to happen. Talented, not best performing. Talented.
Yeah, well, Hazard had one bad year in
injuries. Yeah, it was 2015-16 when we got 10th. He had a bunch of injuries.
No, yeah. I'm going to sit here and say, talented. I'm going to have to sit here and say you're missing one player, and that's Zola. Zola was different gravy. Maybe a different time zone, but he was different gravy.
All right,
fair enough.
So he might not be as talented. He might not be as talented than Dembele. What he is playing at Leeds. He's durable.
Durable.
So
he and with the playing style Leeds has, he needs to be also really energetic and press a lot.
Yeah, But that will yeah. Well,
Beelzebub.
that will depend because I think we are switching formation.
Yeah.
And he's
I think
also
it's obvious.
Yeah.
I think it's
And he's
obvious
also
sometimes.
prem proven.
Yeah, no, but even Prem proven, he's going to have to step up his game.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, of
yeah.
course.
The one thing I was listening to Triple Terrorist earlier with Ben Jacobs,
Yeah.
and something he said with Terry Flores, and I thought was very very good for my information for me, is when Raphinha made a mistake for Bielsa, he got nice fine, come back, whatever. But then with Chelsea, he's going to learn. He's got to learn about the mistakes. He's got to come back more. He's defensive more. He can't make them many mistakes because Tuchel won't stand for that sort of format playing as Bielsa was. He's
Oh,
Bielsa. Do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, Wayne, you're talking about like pecking order. You know, he was top of the pecking order at Leeds. He won't be here, so you won't be given the same amount of rope to hang yourself with. If you mess up once or twice, Tuchel's going to yank him.
But also, Tuchel won't run his players into the ground like that overrated bum Bielsa is. So, you know what I mean? And also, the formation change probably, I don't know with the formation change, I don't know if he has to be that defensively sound with that. You got the extra midfielder in there as well. That will probably be like a mount type who can run up and down all day. So I don't know if he will have to be that extra defensive. 3-4-3, yeah, no problem. The pressing is going to be different. But listen, I just think if he doesn't change formation, it's going to be very weird next season if we sign Raphinha, Sterling. And I think we're going to sign Dembele as well. I think we're going to get all three.
Yeah.
Because I think Barcelona, I said it earlier, the last 2 hours have been the epitome of people reacting right away and not letting things settle down. Or not reading things and understanding things about how things work. You know, we're less than 24 hours into agreeing a deal with Leeds and everyone's now up in arms like we're going to get hijacked. Okay, if we get hijacked, so what? We've done it to other teams, and we probably will do it in this window.
And we're also closely linked to Dembele and Sterling,
Exactly.
so it's not a loss. It's not a lose-lose situation if we don't get Raphinha.
100%.
Like, it's a bigger loss for Arsenal and Tottenham and Barcelona if we go for if you buy Raphinha, because they don't have any other. From what I've heard, they don't have any other targets.
No.
You know, the other thing is, the quote, if you were the inventors of Facebook, you would have invented Facebook. It's like, all right, well, if you guys had the money to sign these players, you would have signed these players.
Exactly.
This is a lot of posturing, Andrew. This is a lot of posturing.
You know what it is? It's, we're Barcelona. You wait for us. Fuck you, Barcelona. You know what I mean? We're waiting for you. But like waiting for these players like lining up outside their gates to be stamped into a club or something. You know what I mean? It's like it's ridiculous. It's like they can't announce flipping Sergio Roberto's contract or Christensen and Kessie, and they can't. And they're haggling over us to sign Alonso and Azpilicueta. They're trying to sign Lewandowski on a small fee. They haven't announced Gavi's new contract, and yet you think some of these Chelsea fans are they gonna bid more than 55 million?
Dude, they couldn't keep Danny Alves, and he was playing for free.
Exactly. They owe PK 50 million euros. They owe him 50 million euros, and he needs that for child support. He needs that. Okay. What other wages do they owe? This injection coming in will not be spent all on transfers. It will not be spent all on transfers. It will be spent on
Andrew's cooking, boy. Andrew's cooking.
Did I forget Christensen and Kessie signing on fees as well? I forgot to mention that as well, because they'll be like 1 million. They'll be $500,000 each.
Yeah,
right?
and also, if say if Barcelona gets some cash, if they sign Frankie de Jong, which is most likely how they're going to get money, their first priority will always be Lewandowski, because Lewandowski wants to leave Bayern, and then they will go probably for either Kunde or Raphinha, but they don't have enough money for both Lewandowski and Kunde or Raphinha, because they know that Chelsea have had a bid accepted of 60 million, so Leeds aren't going to accept anything less. because then that will be a lose for them. Even though Raphinha's priority and he wants to go to Barcelona and has already agreed personal terms, it's not like if he accepts going to Chelsea, it's not like he will wait for Barcelona to take all the window to get enough money to then sign him.
Yeah, just wait in line. Just wait in line while we try and secure Lewandowski and all these other players before we sign. Before you sign. It's not as if pre-season starts in the next couple of weeks and you need to be fit for probably the most congested season of your professional career.
Andrew, then again, what if they sell De Jong and just use that money straight to get Raphinha?
Okay, well, why wouldn't they use that money to sign Lewandowski?
Because Bayern have made it clear they don't want to sell regardless. It's like Harry Kane.
Okay,
Harry Kane wanted to leave.
I think they'll get
even with the Frankie de Jong thing. Even if they get the money in, they've still got to manage on the idea that for every £4 they sell,
bingo,
£1. So therefore, say Frankie de Jong is 80 million.
No, but that's after they take the money. That's after they receive the money. That's not when
they receive 80 million euros from Frankie de Jong. That means technically they can only spend 20 million of that. So they have to raise a hell of a lot of money to get these players in.
I'm sure that happens once they've received the first sum of installment. Then any sales after that, basically. So from 1st of July, for example, they receive 250 million. Then any sales after that, your point would make, clear for sure. But what if, he gets sold tomorrow, and they put that money towards Raphinha straight?
But I don't think they're going to get the Frankie de Jong thing done.
You never know, man. Before it was quiet, now it's hyping up again.
But even then, you mentioned that. Well, they've still got a whole line of deals that have got to announce first. That's taking money out of it, and that's going to cost them a lot of money.
And also, they still owe players their contract wages.
Yeah.
Legally, they can't just go, we've agreed all these deals, but we're going to set them aside to do this one, then come back to them. No, you've got to do the deals you've already agreed. You've got to effectively push them through.
Poor Christensen stuck in without a contract.
Leeds want to do their own transfer business. And according to reports last night, Chelsea are willing to offer, if not all of the 55 million, a huge chunk of that up front right away.
Yep.
None of this over 5 years. And they've just sold Calvin Phillips as well. Do you not think other clubs, knowing they've got near 100 million, will drive up the prices their players are going through? They want this. They're not going to wait around for Barcelona to offer them to get them paid in 6 years' time.
And you sound like a journalist.
No, man. I'm just like.
He's just speaking facts.
These last 2 hours have just been so annoying. It's been funny. It's been so annoying. It's like me, myself, and Irene.
For me, it's good. For me, it's good, bro. You know why it's good?
Oh no, it's good. Content. Yeah, content is fine. I'm
gonna be straight up. I don't care, bro.
Sadiq is the gambler. No. They're not, dude. They're not going to do a bunch of favors just to have the pleasure of doing business with Barcelona. That's not how these things work. If we're going to offer 90% of the money right now, of course they're going to take it. I'm not worried about this. You guys are freaking out for nothing.
There was a tweet about an hour and a half ago that said, Deco's going to go to Leeds and try and convince them to help Raphinha go to Barcelona. What on earth are you talking about?
Ever. That's the dumbest thing ever.
It's the most embarrassing tweet you've ever done. I don't know who it was.
Why can't they help?
Just in case, let me check if I said that. I don't think I did, but let me just check this.
Sadiq, you said some things this morning, buddy.
I was a bit annoyed at work. When I got a deadline, I was just like, you know what,
bro, you are on one.
Yeah. I got to delete these tweets, man. I got to delete them.
The deal with Raphinha, I've actually listened to you guys and listened to what you guys say. I do believe he can be a good fit for Chelsea, but it's all as I look at it, I'm trying to put a player in mind what he reminds me of. And I think the player that everyone will look at is probably William.
I think it's better than Willian.
He has to be better than William.
Only time will tell. If he can produce better numbers on a more consistent level than Willian, then we have ourselves a good deal.
You know how much that hurts? Hearing William in the same bracket as Raphinha. And just to let you guys know, after Arsenal missed out Raphinha, they're going to be looking at getting William back for a year.
You guys don't rate William? What's
Well,
wrong with him?
His work rate is good. His work rate is good.
he had some
but
good moments. He was
just
he
not
was
good.
I
our
think
best.
he gets I think he gets a rough ride from this fan base.
Yes.
William was our best
So
player
does Hudson-Odoi.
in the 15-16 season.
Hudson-Odoi can't lace Williams' boots. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Oh, by the
Stop
way,
with this
happy-
whole Hudson-Odoi
happy-
nonsense.
Happy fifth goal.
Hey,
anniversary this
Hudson-Odoi
season.
training hard.
Oh,
Happy
do you know what?
fifth.
It
happy
annoys
fifth- Happy
it
fifth goal
annoys me that
anniversary
we
this
get
season,
we get so
Hudson-Odoi.
hyped up at someone training. A normal mate. If you want to see me, if you want to video me doing that at the gym and get hyped up, that's fine. But because I literally do that exact
Listen,
exercise at the
Hudson-Odoi,
gym.
he's cooking, bro. He's working hard.
That's
That low-
only because he's
so
been
low, bro.
injured. We're hyped
Sadiq,
up.
this
or
is
some
the
people are hyped
equivalent
up.
of you videoing yourself doing your little accounting thing. And everybody said, holy shit, he's doing his job. Look at him go. He is cooking. Get out of here. Look at that accounting. Look at that typing skills. Dude, enough. This is so stupid. Matt, what's the next topic? Let's get a little structure here.
God, Sadiq, you're the main man here.
Listen,
Yeah, man.
this stream, Carlito, this is about Raphinha, bro. This is gonna be 2 hours on Raphinha. As much as you hate him, he's coming, bro. Okay.
I
He's
never
coming.
said that.
Oh, no, I need to put words in your mouth. But yeah, Raphinha, people. Andrew said we're gonna be giving majority of it up front, right?
Yeah.
55, I think it was.
That's what I read. It's like a huge chunk up front, and but even if it weren't, Barcelona aren't bidding that much. It's okay. Let's put it into their language. It's 70 million euros, nearly enough, right? They're not going to bid that much. They didn't even bid what Arsenal bid.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? They didn't bid what Arsenal bid. Ridiculous.
But I'm trying to think
Respect-
if that's up front and Sterling's money is coming as well, then we must be getting rid of majority of our wingers. We have
Of course
to be
we are.
getting
We're
rid of
going
them.
to get Ziyech is going to go to Milan. Lukaku's deal is agreed today. Werner will be part of a Delit package, I think. And Hudson-Odoi hopefully.
The same
go back to
Pulisic as
Brighton.
well. The same
Or
Pulisic as well.
Pulisic, one of the others. I
I
don't know
hope
if
not.
Pulisic will go.
Oh, I heard. I think Juventus prefer Pulisic, but I
Yeah, I
can
think they're
see
fine with
I
either.
can see Chelsea going no, it's Werner or nothing.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as I don't care if we signed it. I want that second half of the deal that says Werner's out. That's all I care about. But listen,
Two
Andrew,
defenders,
yeah,
guys.
Andrew,
Two
good.
defenders. Who are we thinking?
So who do you want to answer first?
Yeah, go on.
I want the whole world to answer at once, like other channels.
Oh, I really hope that you don't want that.
All right, cool. Whoever we not asked. Nippin, I've not even introduced you. Nippin Sharma.
Hey, are you doing it? Get an introduction? What do you mean?
Nippin Sharma.
How are we?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
you concentrate on driving, bro. Don't worry about it. Stay there, bro. Don't worry. All right, Matt. 2 names, please.
Oh, I want to be part of the panel, not be a passenger.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
but,
you
Nippin,
come last, don't worry,
you have
come
to be
last,
out the
you
car
come
to do that.
Hey, Nippin, you'll never be a passenger. You're the driver. What do you
You're the
mean?
driver, bro.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on the road. I don't need to crash, and it's not my fault, man. I don't want to. So, Matt, 2 names, bro. Defenders.
Delit and Koulibaly.
Okay. Mr. Sindra.
The Ligt and Kunde.
Wayne Modes.
At the moment, I can't
Don't
remember
say
saying his
Aki.
name.
Don't say Aki. Seriously,
Oh,
don't.
Delit
I
and
thought it was
Aki.
Aki, I'm gonna just
Huh?
leave.
Delit and Naki.
Guys, in the
That's
comments,
standards.
5 of you guys say Wayne out, and I'll boot him out. Right
No,
now.
you won't. No, you won't.
Oh, you made Matt leave? Matt actually left. What?
Nah,
Matt actually
I would-
left because of you.
I would rather try and buy Van Dijk than go for Nathan Ake.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's go for everyone. Andrew?
Delit, Kunde, Koulibaly, and Ake. That's fine.
We can't sign for defenders.
To be
There's
fair,
always-
Matt
there's
Law
always
did,
one guy
Matt
that
Law
does
did
that.
say something that we could sign a third centre
Why
back.
not?
Oh, they did say we might get a first centre back.
Hey,
If one of
Ake
them- if
can,
one of them's going to play wing back.
Ake can play left back.
Kunde can
Oh,
play right back.
Versatility,
Alonso,
man. Versatility.
know-
Imagine playing a 4 at the back of Ake, Delict, Thiago Silva, and Kunde. All 4 centre backs.
Well, I don't think he'll play all 4, but
Hey,
Yeah, I
it's
think
a
we'll stick with
possibility.
three.
I think it'd be one of Kunde or Ake. But
Yeah.
do not bring Ake anywhere near this club. We have standards.
We
Oh
already,
yes, man. The Carlito and
Also-
Wayne. We're gonna have an
we
argument
already
soon.
have-
Alfred.
we
Alfred.
owned
Two
Ake.
names.
I think we've been hearing too much about Kunde and Delict to consider anybody else currently. So I'm going to say them.
Yes, Alfred.
Okay. Carlito.
Oh, I think Kunde deals back on. Sevilla was trying to eke out maybe an extra 5 to 8 million, and we said no, which
Taught them a
I
lesson.
appreciate it, because again, if you have a deal between two people and the agreement is there, and then all of a sudden someone backs out after the agreement's already been agreed upon, then that's not a man. That's just someone that you wouldn't want to do business with in the first place. So we're going to hold our ground. They're going to come crawling back to us because no one else is going to buy them, and they need the money, because if they didn't need the money, they wouldn't be selling them. So Kunde, Delit, easy. And also, Matt Ball, I like Nathan Ake. Pump those brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
Oh God! Oh God!
Wait, is he American?
No, he's Dutch.
Yeah, no, I know, but you say he was a national treasure.
Oh
So
yeah, that's the thing. Carlito loves all the Dutch players.
I love him.
I don't know if
You
you
don't
don't
like that?
notice. This guy loves all the Dutch players.
Just not Depay.
why not?
Oh yeah, Depay.
The guy
Fun
is decent,
Depay.
not consistent.
Funning.
He was good for Lyon. What do you mean? He was
I
good.
think-
Yeah, but not
Man's like
Barcelona,
a
not, not Man United.
Yeah.
I think
Yo,
seriously,
He's still at Barca, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why.
Well-
Did you see his tweet? He said,
Yeah, he
his name.
tweeted today. He tweeted today.
Honestly, man, that pissed me off so much.
He tweeted today. That was the funniest one. Nipin, can we get 2 defenders from you quickly?
Koulibaly and Delict.
Okay. Cheers, Jeff. Cheers, guys.
What about you, Sneak?
Yeah. Usually
Wayne.
Colin asks me. Today Wayne asked me. Listen, big up Wayne and Colin, man. 2 of my most hated guys, but big up to both. My 2 would be Delict or Kunde with
Your turn, Sadiq. Your turn, Sadiq.
Oh, Nippin. That is unbelievable.
Niffin, you're done. It's time to go. Goodbye.
It's time to go. Matt Ball, that is the most Nippin thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, man. That's legendary.
That was a full 3 minute delay.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
These jokes.
Where's Sadiq go, man?
I don't
He
know,
needed
he's
to take
backstage.
5.
when is it gonna end, Robbie? Hey, Nippin, this is why I don't like asking you, man, until you stop the car, bro. You only do it on my stream. You don't do it on anyone else's channel. You only do it on my stream because I let you. I'm gonna have to start charging you, bro.
Nah, petrol is expensive. What do you
Hey,
mean?
Jeff.
Nah, facts. I don't know what he's saying. Is he saying something? I don't know what he's saying. Anyways,
we'll hear it in
we'll
5
keep him
minutes.
muted. We'll keep him muted for now. Guys, does anyone actually think this Neymar interest is serious? Anyone?
Well, there's plenty of concrete sources that have said he doesn't want to come to the Premier League. So,
Well, no wonder he will get kicked at
Yeah.
every day. You can
I
see,
think he may leave, but I don't think he'll come Chelsea.
yeah, you can see that he's getting kicked at in Ligue 1. Imagine what Premier League defenders will do to him.
Oh, yeah.
I
will die.
want players that can play in April as well.
Don't worry, you'll get linked to Barcelona tomorrow. You know.
Well,
No,
Hey,
Barca,
play-
they said Barca not interested. From what
Yeah,
I've heard.
sure.
Well,
Why
Barca
would
can't
people
afford
afford
him.
They
He
can
has
afford Raphinha,
600k a week, man. Barca can't afford him.
We got no hotels to offer him either. So.
Now, can you imagine Dan Byrne just licking his chops, getting ready to break that dude in half? I mean, come on. He doesn't want any part of this shit.
Man
No
has nine fingers and it's like 197 or something.
Signing Raphinha would be like what Premier League clubs used to do in the late 90s, early 2000s, which is sign out, coming to the end footballers, like when we signed George Weah. You know what I mean? It's like that. They'll do some
Or-
things, but it's just not.
Or Hullet.
Or Hullet, yeah. But I don't. Listen, I think he's lost his passion for the game, from honestly, the last 2 years. I think he's done.
Well, he's playing in a farmer's
Yeah,
worse
but
league.
even there, look at him there. You can see he's like, I think he's half-hearted doing stuff.
Yeah.
Do tricks and everything like that. I just think he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to America or something.
It's so fun that Neymar got booked for doing a rainbow flick.
Yeah.
Let him showboat if he wants to.
You think his attitude might be different if he came to a club where he was the
main man,
the center of attention? Because he would be the main man at Chelsea. So he probably.
Yeah, but what does he? Why does he need to be center of attention?
Because he's Neymar. That's just how he is.
Because he's Neymar. Whoop-de-doo. What's he done in his career?
Won a treble.
Mate, Callum Hudson-Odoi done more in his career than Neymar.
Oh, shut up.
Hey.
Neymar has won the Olympics as well. Don't forget that.
Oh, wow.
And a treble.
So he's won an under-23 tournament. Brilliant. 20 years old. Brilliant, yeah.
Fair enough.
Brilliant.
And he's probably been part of the best attack this decade, or was.
Exactly, and then still done nothing.
Best attack that only resulted in one.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
No, is it clear?
Yeah.
No one's in the office finally, man. Alright. I can do some work as well, man.
That's not a real office. That's a fake background.
Listen, if you see these views,
that's a fake background. It's the worst green screen I've ever seen.
Oh, come on.
I mean, that's worse than Nippin's fake driving one he's got on right now. He's not really driving. He's,
Yeah, that's not London.
That's not real. Yeah, he's not.
Looks more like America than London.
Exactly. He's just in his front yard. That's what it is right now. Irresponsible.
What have you taken today, Andrew?
Huh?
I know, right?
What have you
I've never heard him
taken
like
today?
this. I've never heard him like this.
I'm just saying. It's just saying.
I hope you're drinking something today, Andrew.
No,
like some water
it's
or
natural.
something.
It's natural. That's what it is.
Okay.
Matt, you're officially a host of this, man. I got a bit of work to do as well. Deadline tomorrow, bro.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You've not been on for weeks, so you have to have topics.
I'm out of tune.
He has been
tune,
holy,
bro.
man.
Be like Hudson-Odoi and get into training,
man.
bro.
Oh yeah, I've got to go sit down and do my press ups. Get recorded. Matt's back in action, ready for the train.
We need to do our F1 as well, Matt. So you got to get your act together.
I am getting my act together. I'm getting my act together slowly. I'm a busy man. Anyway, so obviously we've mentioned kind of centre backs. We've mentioned Raphinha enough. We'll kind of go on to the other winger that has been mentioned but not mentioned, but mentioned again. Dembele. Wayne, I'll come to you first. Obviously, Barcelona look like they're trying to negotiate a deal. It's TikTok for Barcelona to get it done. Do you think there's a possibility that Raphinha and Dembele could both come to Chelsea and Barcelona get really scouted, or do you think it's one or the other?
I personally think it'd be one or the other, but what I'm hearing from the deal, what is quite interesting, if Dembele don't sign this contract, then he's the one who's going to be affected the most, because he's the one hoping for more money than what he's getting in that moment, and he won't get that sort of money anywhere else. There's not a club, including Chelsea, that he will get the money he's after. PSG. So if he doesn't accept this offer, I can't see him going anywhere, getting a good deal. And he's got no... And if he becomes a free agent, he's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to fight for whatever offer he gets. So it's a deal it's very complex, and I think I could see him all coming to Chelsea, like you said earlier. But I do want Dembele. I've always have wanted Dembele. It'd be an interesting deal for sure. Cleto will bounce me Dembele with his singing his praises for long enough. So,
Oh yeah, great player. Sorry, I had to go for a second there, fellas. Yeah, this is not done. I still think that we could get all three. Again, Barcelona, they don't have the dough, man. They just don't. And until they do, they don't. So I'm not worried.
Yeah, I mean, Alfred, do you think this is dead in the water, or do you think we could possibly get 2 or even 3 players in the attack?
I definitely think we can get 3. You know, we're hearing about all the players that might leave as well, like we said earlier in the stream, which will open the door for more to come in. So I honestly don't see why not. We can't get definitely at the very least 2 more, but yeah, I think that 3 is quite realistic as well, especially with Dembele being a free transfer. You know, so yeah, it's going to be a very interesting transfer window for Chelsea. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the ones that you wouldn't normally think it's possible to sign three wingers in one window, but with
When
this
you got
Chelsea
Werner,
side at the team at the moment, you can't count it out. Sindra, I'll ask it a little bit differently. Say there is only the chance to sign 2 out of Sterling and Werner. Who would be the 2 that you'd want to sign and the one you'd want to miss out on?
Honestly, I would actually miss out on Raphinha. I think Sterling is more of a finisher than Raphinha is, and Dembele can be the creative one of them. And I think actually those 2 could be a really good combo, and they could also switch and play on the opposite wing. Sterling can then play right, and Raphinha and Dembele play left.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, Sadiq, you were shaking your head straight away. What do you disagree about what Sindra said?
need Raphinha, man. You lot talking about Ake playing left side, right side. Raphinha can play in different positions as well, man. We've got to think about that as well.
Can he?
And he
I
joined
swear he
Leeds to play in that position.
What different position are you talking about?
I'm
Wingback.
curious.
Oh, Sadiq, you can't be paying
What?
65 million for someone to play wingback.
Why? You lot gonna
If you're
sign
gonna-
Hakimi as
Hold
well?
it, hold it. If you're going to pay that, you might as well just buy Hakimi.
No, but
No, because
Cucurella.
Raphinha can play in different positions.
Yeah, so can Cucurella.
So can Hakimi.
Yeah, but we're not
technically.
signing
Hakimi can
Cucurella,
play
bro. We're
forward,
signing
Hakimi can play
Raphinha.
back. And
Hakimi
he's
can play
actually a
right
right
and
winger.
left back. He's played left back for Dortmund, and he's now playing right back for
Okay, so
PSG.
let's ask a serious question. Someone from the Premier League that you've seen, or Hakimi?
Neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
Okay, you had to pick one,
Wouldn't
Carlito. You had to pick one because Chelsea are signing one. So you have to pick one.
Pick one who? Pick a wing?
Like either Raphinha or Hakimi.
As a wing back, or Hakimi, who you have not seen in the Premier League.
Dude, we're not linked with Hakimi, so it's a moot point. I don't understand the question.
Yeah, but it's just a question that you can answer in general. Who would you actually sign, a Raphinha or Hakimi?
Dembele and Sterling.
Going
No.
around the question.
Hey, look, Sadiq, one of the reasons, and this is something that you have not admitted, but I know this is one of the reasons why you want to sign Raphinha, is because you don't want Arsenal to get them. And you don't want to take that L.
That's one, but
it's most certainly one.
But you heard in my previous streams, I've always said Raphinha as well. I've always been a fan of him.
Yeah, he's a good player. I just don't think he's good enough for us.
Like I have a question. Who is his priority after Barcelona? Is it Arsenal or is it Tottenham? Because Tottenham have the lure of the Champions League, which Arsenal don't have. So,
Currently, Arsenal and Tottenham could be surpassing Chelsea this season. At the second, before we make signings, guys. At this second.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but that's a moot point because by the time we get to playing, Chelsea will have more signings and then be above them anyway. This is all if and buts. Wait till
So
we've
let me
actually
hype up
finished the
something.
window.
Let me hype up something because I know Carlito will buy at this, but I want to see who else buys at this. If Mourinho was in charge, I honestly don't think this Raphinha deal would have come up public like the way it did.
I think we'd rather go for Kunde.
I don't think Mourinho would have bid for Raphinha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mourinho would just be monitoring until the last week, and then we
We've
get
been
to
linked with Raphinha for quite a while, though.
Right? I don't think.
Yeah, we were
she'd
linked
come
with
in
them since
she wouldn't come
January.
in with a price that the club wants right away. She'd work up to that. Also, she wouldn't have sent Lukaku out on loan because of the ego, which is fine. And I like Marina, so I'm not one of those who bashes it's everything her fault.
Yeah.
Listen. I think we all have to be open-minded about this transfer window. That anything can happen. That's why I don't think Percy will sign Neymar. I wouldn't be surprised because
Too expensive.
going the way this guy is going about, he's he's trying to do everything. He's bringing trades in that they do in American sports, adding players to deals. So I mean, we see what he does with if you look at it, see what he does with the Dodgers, or how him and his group work with the Dodgers. What they pay and everything like that. I don't think anyone should be surprised if we do spend a ton of money this season. Yeah,
just like Abramovich's first season.
Just like Abramovich's first 2 seasons, where he basically was signing everyone every day. I don't think it'll be like that. I think it'll be like 6 signings or some 5 or 6 signings, and then a lot of people out, more than in. But I don't think anyone. Back to the original thing. Marina, the deal might not be public, but I just don't believe Marina would have come in with 55 million right away, or bid it at all.
Yeah. You're saying that it would have been towards deadline day.
I think we would if there was any link that she was discussing anything with Leeds or Raphinha, we wouldn't hear anything for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Happens.
I guess I have a question that involves Barcelona. Because of their financial issues, do you think they will sign either Marcus Alonso or Azpilicueta, or are they just going to scratch that and go for other targets?
Unless that's why I think that if Chelsea will let them go for basically nothing, I think they'll sign them because effectively it will just be kind of the wage thing. But I think if Chelsea haggle out for a price, I think they may go and look for other options. I think that's the only reason they want
the contract then.
Cheap.
They definitely want money. They made him sign a contract, otherwise he would have left.
What do you mean?
Aspi sign a contract.
Well, no, but they want minimal, basically change, pocket money.
So
that will help with Jonathan's transfer, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So now that Marina and others are gone, do you think that we will hold out on the 15 million, or was it 20 million for Marcus Alonso, or do you think we could? Do you think Bowley will accept less for him?
I have an answer for you. And this actually ties into Lukaku, who has officially just signed his loan deal.
Yes, let's go.
And who was made fun of by Tuchel when they were at a Spurs game, saying "There's your daddy" to Antonio Conte. So what we're doing with Inter is that we're going to do 2-year loan. Now, if Serie A has a new rule in their league where loans are only a year long, but we have a gentleman's agreement to make it an extra year, and then a 43 million euro signing on fee to make it permanent. Okay, so with that, what does that really mean? It means that the money is being, staggered over years. I feel like we probably will do that with Aspi and Alonso, even if it is a small amount of money, because Bowley is more interested in addition by subtraction, getting out players that no longer fit Tuchel's thing and what he wants to do moving forward. Tuchel does not like Alonso. Tuchel does not like Lukaku. So this is more about just getting players out than really worrying about fee right now.
Yeah, true. Good answer, I would say.
Thank you.
As usual.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of move on to a different topic.
What about the Sergej's, like Sadiq talked about Milinkovic-Savic?
Yeah, I mean, Sadiq, we'll start with you. What do you think of the Savic rumours? Do you think, in terms of the midfield, obviously there is the Declan Rice does seem inevitable, but do you think Savic could be a good signing to put into this midfield in whatever position you see fit.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear my thoughts on that, check my last video out.
To be fair, I haven't watched your last video. To be fair,
I
Still
have.
love.
Good video, man. Good video.
No, it was a good video, man. I found out a few things. There was a lot of topics actually today, yesterday.
was.
It was a good day to do a video, but it wouldn't make sense to sign him as much as I want him, without selling one special player. I think you guys can guess who it is.
Good performance, man. Don't ever...
And also Ross Barkley.
Swap
Oh
deal.
yeah, so just bin Ross Barkley.
Can we
Maybe
Hey.
Can we do a Ruben Loftus-Cheek Milinkovic Savic swap deal because Sarri is the manager of Lazio? I think he would like that. I think he would want Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They're kind of similar players.
I think Milinkovic Savic and a bit of cash, and I think they might have a deal.
Yes, yes. How much cash are talking? 20 million?
30, 40 million.
We have to get rid of midfielders if you want to see anyone like Savage at the club, especially because of the position. Unfortunately, as much as I love the guy, it's funny how we always come up with targets and then we're linked to these guys the next day. I don't know if you guys have noticed this.
I think someone at Chelsea watches your video.
I don't think we're coming up with these targets. I think we've read them and subconsciously forgot about them.
No, not SMS, not SMS. SMS, no one spoke about him.
He's been linked with us for a while.
Yeah, on the
he's
past
been
years,
linked
but
with us
in this
for
transfer
years.
window, it's been a bit quiet. We haven't
To
seen
be
it
fair, the one that I was kind of like very fishy with was the Thiago Silva one, where I said on the pod we first brought out Thiago Silva should be someone we look at, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, nothing comes out. We sign him. I'm just like, I've said it.
What a free transfer that was. Hopefully, you can get another amazing free transfer in a 25-year-old French right winger.
Well, we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah. Do your work, Bowley. Do your work.
Alfred, obviously, you haven't spoken for a little bit. What do you think of Milinkovic Savic? Do you think he'd be a player you'd like to see? And if there was a centre mid to get rid of, to bring him in, who would you get rid of? Outside of Barclays, obviously.
I'll just start off by saying at one point, I didn't really like him too much, but then I started watching his games for his national team once I got more into the Nations League and stuff like that, and I started noticing qualities of his that I actually really admired. Very determined, and he showed a lot of leadership qualities, and I like that. And actually, as a whole, I think that Serbian players are, there are certain nationalities that just have certain traits, and I think I really admire about the Serbian players is that more than a lot of other nationalities, like say for example Spanish, and French, like they have their flair and trickery and stuff like that, and they're very good. But what I like about what I've seen from a lot of Serbian players is they just, they tend to be, very strong, very tall. When they come at you, you shit yourself. Vidic, for example, was a very good example of that. Ivanovic, we know, was just always a very, very hard worker.
Underrated.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely.
Shoot off, fellas.
Yeah.
Take care, Andrew, man. Thanks,
See you, buddy.
Anytime, pal.
Take care.
He's definitely a player that I would be interested in seeing come to us.
Yeah, definitely. Sadiq, do you want to answer this? The deadline for the giveaway?
I don't answer his. Don't pull up his question, man. I'm not happy with him.
Why are you not happy with him? What's he
The
done now?
deadline's end of July, though. But don't pull up his questions anymore. He's like an ally to me.
Oh, you get the snake.
And Alfred also has some bad history. Yeah. That's
Perhaps Pavan's
No,
a good.
I'm like De Jong is already set on.
What is with all these crazy swap deals?
We never
Yeah.
do. No one does a swap deal realistically.
It
Hold
doesn't
on,
make
hold on.
sense financially.
No one does it until everybody does it because this is a copycat sport, just like every other
Di-
sport.
like I have a question. Didn't we do a swap deal for Ashley Cole with William Gallas like 2005?
Yeah, that was last year. No, that was ages ago, bro. That's
Yeah, that was
long
ages
time
ago,
ago,
but
bro.
it was it was still a swap deal.
The last proper swap deal I can think of was Arthur and Pjanic.
Ah, yeah.
That was the biggest flop of a swap deal ever.
What a fantastic! Like Arthur should have stayed at Barcelona and Pjanic should have stayed in Serie A. And now Pjanic is on loan at Besiktas.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think he's back at Barcelona's books, but he was at least last season on loan at the Besiktas.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's a money laundering.
It was, and they both cost the same amount of money almost. I think Juve got a better deal because they got a young player that can actually do something. Pjanic was 30 when the swap deal happened.
Right, but what has Arthur done since? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he can still be something. He's 25. He can still have
But
some
he's not
potential.
even getting looked in the first team or in the bench. I've never seen him on the playing at all.
Yeah, but at least he's there and potentially could do something. Whereas Pjanic is
done
halfway over the hill already.
Yeah, just like Arda Turan, who's just got released by Galatasaray.
Arda Turan was banned from playing, I swear. Or
Yeah, he
they had a
was.
transfer ban or something, right?
Yeah, Arda Turan was banned. I think was for gambling or something.
Yeah, I remember.
Just like Daniel Sturridge.
Oh yeah, Daniel Sturridge, Matt's favourite player at Chelsea once.
My favourite player.
Yeah, on the pod. You said that on the pod, first episode.
Yeah, Carlito, didn't you say you had a topic?
I
At
do.
some point, he was one of the players I thought was going to smash it. But
I do have a topic because this just came out from Simon Johnson of The Athletic. He just wrote about who is to blame with Lukaku. And there's this, everyone's saying that everyone deserves blame for the participation in this failure. And I just have to say, I disagree. I think the blame is on the player.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to put it on Tuchel. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to put it on Tuchel, and I'm not going to put it on Chelsea. I'm putting it strictly on the player because he showed up, bad attitude. When he got injured, he allowed himself to get fatter. That's a fact. He looked enormous. He looked like 240 pounds. You can't do that if you're a footballer. You just can't.
And at United.
Yeah, and he looked like he was at United again, and his attitude sucked, and he played like shit. So this is on the player, man. This is on the player.
I definitely agree. And like he had a bad attitude. I think I would say Lukaku was actually like ego. Like he didn't want to adapt to Tuchel's style of play. That's why Tuchel and Lukaku clashed. Lukaku didn't give an effort for it at all. So, it's mostly on Lukaku's fault.
What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you would argue little bits of blame. I mean, you could argue Chelsea, the board probably could have looked at it and gone, well, is the player definitely looking like he wants to actually sign for Chelsea? Because surely in terms of research, you look at that and go, try and find out, is he actually interested in coming back, or is it just this thing that he wants to just leave because he has to? But at the same time, it is massively 95% down to the player. The player should, no matter what, come in. And even if he does want to go back to Inter Milan in a year or two, you still put in effort to boost yourself up and then go back eventually. You don't just act in the manner you do. I mean, for me, I felt the interview was contract termination type things.
Yeah,
right there. If any of us did that sort of thing about our workplace, we'd be sacked on the spot. But,
and you're just talking about an unbelievable amount of lack of professionalism. I can't believe that we allowed this to happen. But at the same time, how did we know that he was going to be this big of an asshole? Because everything that he had been saying up until this point was, Chelsea, my home, I can't wait to go back, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And how were we supposed to know that he
And
was
we
going
bought
to turn?
into this bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know how we thought we were
into
going.
this bullshit.
He was going to turn heel so quickly, and I think part of it was that Chelsea just kept hearing every pundit in the world, and probably was listening to Sadiq's streams too. And everybody was saying, we have to buy a striker. We have to buy a striker. And I'm thinking to myself, why? We don't have to do shit. You wait until the right guy's available, not the guy is available. Wait till the right one is, and we just didn't. But that's the only culpability I'll put on Chelsea. The rest of it, on the player.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Wayne, would you agree with that?
For me, I think it was a good intention to sign him.
Who is
But
Wayne?
it went toxic straight away. I think if you remember rightly, that training session at Stamford Bridge, that fan came out and did what they did. Then obviously, when he went to the interview and he's supposed to be with Italian football, it went from good intentions, then it went toxic all the way through the season to the point, the end of the season where we had to get rid of him because it was too toxic. I'm not putting it all on Lukaku. I think it was partly to the board not supporting Tuchel in the first place, because if Tuchel wanted him in, he wouldn't be wanting him out. So Tuchel's so they obviously didn't back Tuchel in the first place, where they should have done. Then obviously Tuchel as well, you could tell Lukaku weren't happy. Tuchel maybe should have dealt with it a bit better than he did. But the majority of it is on Tuchel, on Lukaku. But I truly do feel it's one of those ones where everyone's involved. The fan base, including the fan base, we're all involved in this.
You think the fans could have done more?
No,
definitely. I do. I think the fans turned them straight away when they came in. Look at what that one fan did on that was racist to him. And his other fans I saw was being racist straight away when we signed him. It's not going to help, is it?
Yeah, but one or two fans' action doesn't change a player. If you're, I get that it's a very serious thing, and no one should.
Are you sure it's serious for you?
It is serious.
Sounds like
It's
you
a very
defended it.
serious- No, I'm not defending it at all. But if your attitude is off one or two fans' reactions is to completely act in an unprofessional manner to the rest of the fan base, I just think that seems a bit fishy for me.
But you say that's what we see, but we don't know what they see. They might see a lot more. You got to understand that, mate. You can't just see on your eye and say that's definitely what's happened. You got to be realistic. It could be a lot more than we know.
Yeah,
Go
but
on,
he's
Wayne.
not.
Go on, son.
No, but then what? Then you'd expect every black player to have this reaction because most black players at some point are racially abused by their own fans or other fan bases.
Everyone deals with it differently. You got to remember that everyone deals with it differently.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. One or two incidents of abuse in that form, which is disgusting. I do not. That is not to. You can't use that as that's happened, so I can act like this. No, that's still unacceptable how you're acting.
Right, I know it's not football, but you're basically saying then with Lewis Hamilton's situation with him that he's in the wrong. He should never come out and say about what happened.
No, Lewis Hamilton hasn't acted in an irresponsible manner.
Yeah,
but
Lewis Hamilton's acted as a professional as he always is.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, everyone deals with everything differently, and
you're still acting like I'm gonna be rude. You're still acting like a dickhead, so you're still a dickhead. That doesn't make a difference.
Well,
it's how you react to it. Sometimes you do have to be the big man and not take it because you shouldn't take it, but you deal with it in a respectable manner.
Yeah, and the other thing is that in Italy, there's been a lot more incidents of these types of things than in England.
That's the thing. He wants to go back to a place where you don't think he's going to get racial abuse from the Inter Milan fans the minute he steps
Oh
on the pitch.
my God! Yes, he will. The ultras in particular.
He'll
Hell
get
yeah, he's going to.
he will get more racial abuse in Italy than he did
Yes.
in England. I'm
Yes.
telling you that now.
He's going to get fucking eaten alive now, mate.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're doing like a targeting campaign of not supporting him. So
Don't get me wrong. I don't condone that at all.
No.
It's terrible when that happens. I don't wish that on anyone, but I don't like it when
Seems like you do.
it's almost. I don't like it when it's almost everything is excused in terms that way. That's not the reason he did the interview. Let's be honest. It's just a reason he can use to try and condone it and make it seem okay.
yeah, I mean, Matt, it's like if you're dating a beautiful girl, right? Okay, you have to be an active participant in that relationship. One day you can't just show up in sweatpants. You haven't showered in a week. You stop caring because you're like, oh, this chick's now into me, so now I don't have to try anymore. Okay, it's the same thing with dating Chelsea. If you're gonna work for Chelsea, okay, you have to show up, be professional, be in shape, and you have to bust your ass. And you have to show a good attitude when you're making that amount of money, because that's what the money is for. Okay, we're not doing it just because we like him. We're paying him to perform. It's the same thing in any relationship. You have to give, and when you take, you have to give. And he just didn't. He abused the relationship.
Yeah.
And he did it early, shockingly early.
That's true.
Man, he was wearing sweatpants in the second week. It's ridiculous. Good God.
Well, at least, guys, he's gone, man. That's the most important thing right now. He's not our problem anymore.
Yeah.
Well, short term, not our problem.
I think he's done. I think he's gone for good.
Oh,
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope he's gone soon, like permanently. But until then, we need a striker, guys. We need a striker.
We
The
need a
question is
forward. We
who?
don't need a striker.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewandowski. We're not playing FIFA anymore, bro.
Why not?
Because we're not playing FIFA. It's done.
We'll see.
Don't worry, we'll sign Danny Ings next.
Hey,
He's not a bad. He's not a bad player.
he's not a bad player.
He's actually not a bad player, surprisingly.
We'll
He's
sign
actually-
someone like Ivan Toney or something like that.
Until we see who we get or don't get, I'm not ruling anything out.
As long as we don't sign someone like Nkuku, I'm fine.
Nkuku next year, 60 mil, though.
No, Bun and
You don't-
Nkuku. It's just basically Timo Werner
You
part
don't
two.
like
I'm
him.
not gonna deal with
You
another
don't
Timo
like
Werner.
him.
I was like that as well, but then I kind of looked at it more.
No, but literally
He's got
watch
more to it.
all of his goals, and I do not see. And I could probably pick about 4 or 5 of his goals where I look at it and go, you'd be able to repeat that goal in the Premier League. Otherwise, you're not getting the space you do for them goals. No way, Jose. You're not getting the space to run in behind. You're not getting the space to take a touch and finish it. You're going to be doing in tight spaces. You're not getting that in the Premier League. It's finito. You will become Timo Werner part 2.
Cheers, Jeff.
Bun the Bundesliga tax. Let's just get some proper players in.
Oh, no, guys. How can we say no to Nkunku, man?
Hey, man, not everybody's meant to play in the Premier League. If everybody was, everybody would do it.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. True. Broha's interest has gone a bit quiet, though. I've not seen as much from Broha. Anyone seen anything? I'm sure he'll get his pre-season at Chelsea.
Yeah, I think all of these young players will get their pre-season at Chelsea, and then Tuchel will decide what he wants to do with them. I reckon at least one will be sold because I think that'll be the way it goes. I think if Cole has got so much interest in him and it becomes a bidding war, I think it will get to a price where Chelsea will go, we can't really refuse. And then that goes towards the budget for more players to come in.
Well, how much can we actually get for him?
Well, it depends. I mean, at the moment, I'm seeing 6 or 7 clubs interested in him. So,
What clubs? I saw 2 Premier League clubs. That's it.
Southampton, Leicester, West Ham, Leeds.
Yeah.
There was who else was it? Another Premier League.
I saw
It was
famous
Villa.
Cobham
I think
lover say.
I think Aston Villa was interesting.
Yeah.
I think Brighton have also been interested in the past.
I saw a favourite
it-
Cobham lover say European teams want him. What European
Yeah,
teams?
there are teams in Europe. I think he prefers to
Really?
stay in England.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There is at least. I probably would go out and say there's probably at least about 10 clubs that across Europe and in the Premier League that want him.
Guys, name me one European club that won them.
Lazio.
But my point is, we got 25 million for Mark Gay, who didn't play a single game in the Premier League. I can see us getting more than
That was a
that.
mistake.
What do you
Or is it Cole
That was a
or
mistake.
Brewer?
Why was that a mistake?
It was not a mistake. He's not that good.
He done okay. I don't think he was bad.
Didn't he
We
win?
got 25 million pounds for someone that never went in putting a Chelsea shirt on.
But didn't Gay win like Chris Ball's like Young Player of the Year?
Yeah, like, he was good, bro.
Like,
Like,
The figures.
he also captained.
We're putting buyback clauses or at least first refusals on these
Yeah.
players. So
That's
should
good.
they become good, we can bring them back.
He
what?
also
Tammy
That's
Abraham,
what I
80
reckon we'll
million.
do. I
Is that what you
reckon
lot
that's
want
what
right
we'll
now?
do for
Tammy
Levi
Abraham.
Colwell.
Tammy Abraham, 80 million. You want that right now?
No, of course not. I don't want
I
that.
have to ask.
type of
I have
deal.
to ask.
But
But
there
isn't
are
it 80
there are
isn't-
other deals that you might want to take.
But
Say,
but
obviously,
Patrick Bamford.
Livermento's got injured now. But should a Livermento have carried on in the way and fashion that he was, and
Yeah.
potentially looked really good, would you look at and go 30, 35 million? Maybe that's a punt you'd take. The point is, it's economically. It's as I think Jester's kind of said. It's basically a very expensive loan deal.
Yeah.
You let these players go and develop, and then
like a
potentially you'll be able to buy them for probably a fraction of what they're actually worth in terms of what these clubs want to give to everyone else.
Yeah.
Because you think, especially English talent, how overpriced they can be. I mean, Harry Maguire went for £80 million.
Yeah, they could have signed Koulibaly for 75.
Exactly. I mean, it's just you make the point that you can put reasonable prices, buyback clauses on these players, allow them to develop, and then potentially, if they're good enough, they can come back in the future. It's just good business, because unfortunately, you can't have a team of Cobham.
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise,
We
we
want
never going to
Cobham,
do anything in life.
No, we don't, Sadiq. Yeah, this we control the
I'd
futures.
argue we've already got too much as it is. The
Yeah.
problem is we've got so much Cobham that Cobham players are blocking other Cobham players.
No,
that's-
Matt, what we're doing is we're controlling the future of a lot of these guys that we're selling.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's a percentage of a future buy or we get to buy them back, we still hold the interest of their future. So if they're good, we will buy them back. If they're not good enough, we won't. And who cares?
It's making sure that a De Bruyne situation, or I'm not going to say Lukaku because it's
Salah.
how he ended up, but these Salah and De Bruyne things, that doesn't happen again.
Guys, let me just say one thing. De Bruyne's one is a special case. Like, he's phenomenal, okay? I don't think anyone would have known Salah will turn into a goal scorer and score all these goals.
No, but that's what we are. What we're doing is we're getting decent fees for these players, but we're giving ourselves that option that if they do become the creme de la creme, then we can go back in for them and get them.
What did you say? What was that term? What was that term?
It's basically you're basically putting an insurance policy on these players.
Yeah.
If they do come good, you can cash in that insurance and get them back.
But like for example, the Livramento thing you mentioned, I don't think he would come back because there was a reason why he left. He wants to be guaranteed first team player. He wouldn't be here because he left because one player was blocking him, and that was Reece James.
But now
Yeah,
Reece
I
James
was
might go right
just
centre
making
back.
I was just making an example.
Yeah, I know,
In
but
the
I know.
future,
But one thing I had asked with the Abraham buyback clause, is it 80 million euros or pounds?
Yeah, euros.
Euros.
Okay, so around
Euros, yeah.
is that 65 million pounds or something?
right?
Yeah, just under 70.
Yeah. Okay, 70. That's
That's a great deal, right?
No.
Sign him now?
Like,
Should we sign him right
no.
now?
Well, like if Mourinho can turn him into a new Drogba in some years, I wouldn't say that's a bad deal with the amount of money the market is increasing to now. A decent striker is going to cost a lot of money, and Mourinho knows how to make strikers.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take it now. Should he?
Yeah, I'm not saying
really
now.
develop
I'm saying
properly?
if he stays at Roma for 3 to 4 more years or something, 2 to 3 more years, and then we can buy him. Wasn't buy close in 2025 or was it 2024? Yeah, that's set for.
I think 24.
Yeah.
Matt,
Fair enough.
I'll let the outro to you, bro. Nippin, I hope you're okay, bro.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Matt, I'll let you do the outro, bro. Because you're
Yeah, I mean, big up to everyone who tuned in for the stream. I mean, we were at one point over 300 people, so big up to everyone on the stream. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Big up to Sindra, Nippin, Alfred, Carlito, Andrew, Wayne, and all the others, and Sadiq, of course, the main man, for coming on today. This is Matt, otherwise known at the moment as the Todd Father. Bowley is going to smash this transfer window apart. He is going to do bits. You guys just sit back, enjoy, watch, listen, and yeah, it is WorldWideChels. We are out.
Yes, guys. Today's video is sponsored by the one.
Whoa, wrong one.
Hello, guys. Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
I would watch us. WorldWideChels.